Thanks for viewing your name. No. Anyway, I'm Casey. You might have seen me on the channel before. Zayd asked me to show off my Infernoble Knight, Fire Warrior deck this week. I didn't play this tonight. I played it last Thursday. It did okay at a locals in Frederick at TCG. But I think it's really cool. It uses Small World. That's the big thing. And Small World's really, really good in this deck. So since he's been working on some Small World stuff with his in a Mermail deck, he wanted me to show off what I was doing in here. So I'll give the profile, show what's going on with the deck, and then talk Small World a little bit.
And the combo, right?
And the combo, yeah, I'll do the combo too. So first off, this is a thick deck. It is 50 cards. So this is not your typical deck. But just like Zayd's Mermail deck, you want to play over 40 because there's some cards you don't want to draw that you need for comboing. So that's kind of the idea. We're min-maxing this deck. So yeah, I'll start off with monsters. So first, we're playing 3 of the Neospace Connector. That's your best opener, and you're going to be hitting that as often as possible. So we're playing these 3, Rhoda, and we're also playing Small World. Before I even get to Small World, I'm just going to go ahead and say Small World can search every single monster in this deck. And I'll show you some of the most popular routes. But this is the one you're usually going to want to start with if you don't already have it in your hands, because it baits the hand trap and lets you know what's in their hand, and then you can play around it. It's kind of just like the puzzle of figuring out what their plays are and then stopping. So yeah, 3 of those. I'm playing 2 Aqua Dolphin. Obviously that's a card you're summoning off the connector. It's also good just to summon on its own, same reasons.
Yeah, rip a card, then extend.
Yep, it's great.
I've been thinking about trying this in Mermail because it's a water that pitches for cost.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Especially if you're in time, you can get the burn and then know what they're on. Or going first, if you're going first, you know what they're playing. But yeah, I'm playing 2 is particularly, I have played 1 in the past. I think 2's better. Some people even like 3. I think that's also fine. But this is a card you're often going to be banishing as your Small World in between. So 2 is absolutely necessary now in my opinion. So other things that we're going to be using, a lot of just warrior extenders in this deck. So the best one's Super Quantum Red Layer. You also use it in the combo, so you want to have one in the deck if you can. But yeah, it's also really good. It can recycle itself too in a kind of limited game state. It does good stuff. Then 3 copies of Oliver. This is kind of your best extender because it's. I forget
what that one does.
You discard or send from your field a Fire Warrior or an Equip spell, and it can summon itself. If it does, it becomes level 1. But it's a tuner. It's a level 4.
Ooh.
It has a cool effect when it's equipped to a thing. It can't be targeted. So that's part of your end board. I'll show that off in the combo section. But this guy is kind of crucial. He also lets you play through hand traps because if they stop your play, you can just still summon this guy.
Yeah.
You often have Phoenix Blade online, so it's just free. And then I'm personally playing 3 copies of Renaud. I think that a lot of people will play 2 of this. I like 3 because one of your combo lines you start with a Gear Freed already searched. It's not as strong as a combo, but it is Nibiru resistant. So you need to start with this card in that case. And also, if I have this card already and I can combo off, I'll just search a different card when I get to that point in the combo. So I like 3 of this card. It's also really great in the grind game.
He just summons if you control Fire Warrior, right?
Yeah, if you control Fire Warrior, he special summons himself.
And then adds an Equip back?
Yeah, then adds back either an Equip or another Fire Warrior from your graveyard or banished. So he just kind of keeps everything going. In the grind state, he adds back DDR, and then you just use it on Charles or Phoenix.
Card does seem really good.
It's really good. I think it's one of the stronger cards in the deck. More extenders. This is a Fireflint Lady. He's kind of like your off-brand Renaud, basically, she. And you can also use this if you draw the Gemba.
And this one, any warrior, right? Not just Fire Warrior?
Yep, any warrior. So this is combo, this is combo. It's really good. Also, it has the effect, if it's on your field, you contribute it, summon a warrior, and its effect can't be negated, or whatever. So, if you draw the Genba, and you still want to combo with Genba, you can send 1 with Azul to summon this, and then tribute it to summon the Genba.
Summon the Genba back.
So it kind of deals with that sort of brick.
Without having to add a brick.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's just a good extender, and you can also do this for a lot of your Small World stuff, because it's level 1, and it has weird attack and defense. So, 1 copy of Ogier.
That just equips to a dude, right? That's the main premise of this card, is it?
Yeah, it also, there's that, and also that combo I was explaining before. This Foolish Burial's a Fire Warrior or a Noble Arms card on summon. So this can send your Gear Freed, and then you can add it back. Before you even go to an Exalt, you can have your Gear Freed ready. And then this card, if you used it, can also be your equip spell on your Gear Freed to protect it. So it's kind of a nice little package. Plus, if it's equipped, the equipped monster can't be destroyed by card effects. So on your end board, it's just extra protection if you think the wrong
That's really relevant with DPE running around now.
Yeah, it is. They can still pop this, but then they wasted their DP on that.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Junk Forwards. This is a weird one. This is dual purpose. It's both for Small World and as a warrior extender. So it kind of just does exactly what you need. It's level 3, which is a relevant level. It's warrior, and it's Earth. So it just kind of hits a lot of boxes, and on its own, it's still a very valid card. Kind of like Dinotherium in the Tri-Brigade deck.
Yeah.
Like, this is a card you don't mind.
Almost like better, though.
Yeah, I think it's better, personally.
Like, they used to play a lot of this. I feel like it's cool, too, because these are the same card, basically, except this, like, drawing 2 doesn't do anything, but 1/1 does.
Combo does. Yeah, I've even considered dropping this to 2 and upping this to 2 for that reason. But for right now, I'm just playing the 1. I think it's fine. And then next, Gearfried. So I'm only playing 1 Gearfried, but I could hear playing. I used to play 3 of this card because it just outs Winda, and Winda's a problem for this deck.
And it's really relevant right now. A lot of invoked players.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, this card in itself is kind of your win condition in the long term. If your combo gets stopped, you're going to have this in your hand because you search with his old. So this is kind of your grind game guy, and he can equip with any of this stuff on him is super potent still. And the auto, and the negates, and the take a thing and make a material. He's just a super good card. And sometimes, like I was saying, that combo where you start with him can be relevant. Even though you don't end on as big a board, he's on it, so you're probably doing fine. And then the next sort of like package of cards, I guess, is because I'm also playing Crossout Designator. So I'll get onto this later, but the crosstalk between Crossout Designator and Small World's actually great because for both of those cards, you kind of want to play some other stuff that's outside your main strategy, but still potent. So all these cards are actually really relevant. So this is a fire. It's Ash. It's a fire that's not a warrior. Look when it searches.
Oh yeah.
And it's also level 3. Now there is a little bit of a number here. These have the same defense, so you have to be careful.
So you can't like banish something, banish this, get this.
Right. Yeah. That won't work with this to this. So usually you do like something else, get to this. You can work around it. So that stat actually comes up with this card as well. Arborea. This is an extra tuner extender in case you're his old.
And still a warrior, which is sick.
Exactly, still a warrior. It's water. Now this card is a little bit of number with Small World because of these cards, since this guy's water in level 3, and this one has 1800 defense, and so does this.
18 seems like it stinks because of him.
It stinks because of this, but it's still relevant, and if you draw this, you're probably going to use it for your combo anyway.
Yeah.
This is mostly here's the extension, not for Small World, but
it just happens to overlap.
Right, and there's some situations where like you could still make it work. I'll go over some of the fringe stuff of Small World in after the profile here, but so the next 3 cards are actually kind of the crossout stuff. Actually, let me switch these around. These are kind of your crossout things. Ash and Effect Veiler aren't super always relevant against this deck, but they can stop you, especially if they know where to hit you. Like on your Hulk or on your Isolde in the right situation can really end your combo. And Nib's your worst enemy. So like I'm playing
these. You need the Nib one.
Yeah, I'm playing these in the main deck for that. Now there is also a really cool application for Nib. If you've done your normal combo and you start by searching Gearfried off of Isolde, you can actually get to your Deskbot, which is the next card I'm going to show. Deskbot's part of your main combo with Hulk, but you can actually, if you have a Gearfried in your hands and you haven't committed a normal summon yet, by the time you've gotten to Isolde, which does come up with these cards, you can actually Small World banish this, banish Nib.
Wait, why can you? Oh, because 3K. 3K, yeah.
You can do this and then like search like other cards off of this. Like you can get
tonight you have access to the lights or the 600 defense guys.
Yeah, it opens up a lot of stuff. So yeah, like you can do some stuff and get to crazy things.
This seems cool too, because like if this is in hand, you could banish this, or if you have that, you could do that.
Yep, there's a lot of in between. So like the concept of this whole deck is that Crossout Designator and Small World have a lot of really good synergy in a deck that really just needs to get a 1-card combo off. That's the whole concept. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, Despot, he's part of the combo, which I will show. This card's also part of the combo. They kind of, you'll see why these cards are so integral. You can't play this deck without them.
And you can't really banish these off those Small Worlds either.
You really don't want to. Also, it should be noted, there are combos where you can full combo if you draw this card, and it's even easier to do now because the way that you typically do it is discarding it for Dolphin, and you have more ways to get to Dolphin than ever.
Yeah.
So drawing this is not so bad, to be honest. You have to do some different stuff, but you can absolutely make it.
And this, if you draw it, you still summon it from hand.
Right, yeah, Hal can still summon from hand. So.
And if you use the special extenders and they negate the Hulk normal?
Yep, exactly. Another thing that comes up, that I was going to mention with the Small World, is you can banish your Gearfried, banish Junk Forward, search Deskbot. So if they've stuffed your Isolde on, like, and you still have a normal summon, you can still normal summon this card.
And full combo.
And it's full combo.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's really cool. Gemba is the best tuner to summon off of Isolde. You can also do the combo by getting to Arborea, or just having.
Is it because of the level, like for synchro plays, or what is it for?
Yeah, so its effect doesn't matter at all, to be honest with you.
Does it matter that it's a level 2 warrior?
It does matter to some degree. It's level 2. Your kind of lesser combos use it as a tuner, and your best combos, this just sends the right amount from your deck. So
it's just for the equip spells, basically.
Yeah, so this just sends 2 to do the whole combo, which is like the optimal number. This is kind of a stinky card, but like you have so many ways to get to it, and drawing it's not the worst because you can just commit it and then just summon Arborea instead. If you need to. And then the last monster is actually another kind of brick, sort of. But this card's Creation Resonator.
Card's insane.
This card's crazy because it interacts with Cupid Pitch, which is part of my main combo now. So this card lets you end on another integrated just into your combo. You don't have to draw this. You search off the Cupid Pitch, and it ends on like 5 interruptions because of this card existing.
Dude, it's insane.
It's
I
really
love
cool.
that card.
It's super cool.
I found a damaged one in my bulk the other day that I'm keeping in case I need it.
It's very good. I recommend trying it out. But so onto the spells. So I'm playing a Call by the Grave. Same kind of reasoning behind playing these in my main deck for the crossout. I think this card's a little bit worse right now, but DP in the format, I still like this card. Rhoda, obviously. 3 copies of Small World. So this is one of the main things in the deck, obviously. I'm going to talk about it at length throughout this combo as well. And then 3 crossout. Again, this is sort of the idea. 3 of Heritage of the Chalice.
That's just a searcher for Noble Knight, or Noble Knight, right?
It searches a level 5 or lower. This searches for a Noble Knight or a Noble Arms card. And then this card is the one that searches for a level 5 or lower Fire Warrior. And it has another effect too, but that's your main one. Also, since this is an equip spell, you use this for a lot of your stuff, and playing 3 is absolutely necessary for the combo. I'm going to kind of go off the side here. More equip spells, 3 DDRs.
I love this one. This one's insane.
This is so that you can guarantee it off of your Power Tool Dragon. I'm doing double Power Tool Dragon in this build. So that's kind of the idea behind this. And this is like the best equip spell because your whole graveyard's free. Because you play the Phoenix Blade, you can get whatever you want, banish whatever. So it can recur anything in the grind state, you just win because this card exists. And usually in the grind state, you're playing with this card, and this card, and you're just cycling those 3 cards.
And just constantly like netting advantage off it.
Yep. And then the last 2 spells are 1 copy of Living Fossil. This isn't part of the main combo, but it's a good backup. It's also good to play through Lancia. You can do Lancia stuff and bring this back and keep going. But it's also, you need to play a certain number of equip spells, and that's your extra one if you need it. And then the last equip spell is actually Metal Silver Armor.
What does that one do? I feel like I remember it.
This is an old card from MFC. So the equip monster, your opponent cannot target other monsters other than the equip monster for effects on the field and in the graveyards. So like, Seer doesn't work. All the Phantom Knight traps don't work. Anything that targets a monster in grave does not work.
That's kind of sick.
It's really good, and because your main combo ends on these 2 cards on your Charles, they can't target Charles, and they can't target anything else but Charles. So they can't use any targeting effects at all, except for any monster.
Even cards that target their own cards they can't use.
Yes.
That's kind of insane.
It's really, really cool. So like DP doesn't target, but it can't. I guess it doesn't target goes back either. Okay, DP is pretty good.
Yeah, that card's insane.
Yeah, and then I have 2 more cards. I'm just going to put them at the bottom here. So Imperm, pretty much same reasoning. I'm using it as a designator target, and it's just good to draw. Same thing goes with these. If I draw them, I draw a hand trap in my combo deck. Cool. But yeah, an Imperm on your Hulk is especially painful, so that's why that's in here. And then the last card is actually Phantom Knight Shade Brigandine. I needed 1 more Warrior Extender to make this a 50-card deck, and I found that this is a combo with this, and it just always works. So I think this could be replaced with another monster. If I was going to replace one, it'd probably be another Junk Forward. But I think this card's really good.
This synergizes a little bit better with them. Only card it doesn't is with this, and you're oftentimes banishing it.
Yeah, I can. If I have this in my hand and I need to use it, I'm down a Warrior, and I'm probably breaking their board. It's fine.
Yeah.
So this is the main deck. It's 50 cards currently.
It's a thick one.
It's a thick one, and it looks disgusting. This is an ugly, ugly deck. But just keep in mind, see this card or any 2 Warriors, and you're winning. So there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to the extra deck real quick, and then I'm going to show the combo. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time in the extra deck because it's going to be shown entirely in the combo. So
we don't have to discuss what it's used for because we'll see what it's
It'll be
used for.
self-evident. Yeah, you're going to see it. So I'm just going to pick this up real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to make this one a little bit faster because I'm a talker.
What?
Got him. All right, so here's the extra deck. In no particular order. Baron de Fleur, card's good. Cupid Pitch. Belma.
It's a crime that this is common.
It makes me very sad. Yeah.
Oh my
Card
god.
doesn't even look real.
Yeah. I'm playing 2 copies of Power Tool Dragon. You'll see why. 1 Borreload Savage. This is in no order, as you can tell. A Charles, a Herald of the Arclight, a Roland's, Shooting Riser Dragon.
Keep rolling.
And then 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack.
Oh, that's what the 2's for?
Yep, you'll make it with one of those and a Cult Wing actually. And then the Link monsters are the Hulk, the Auroradon, and then the only flex spot is the second is old. I think you play the second is old. It's worth it.
It's probably for like this gets impermed, Veilered on the search. You make that.
Exactly. Yeah. If they misplay and do something to the first one, you make the second one and blow them out anyway.
Yeah, you punish them.
Yeah. Also, there's some like turn 2s where getting the extra card just works. It can come up. I think this card can also be replaced for a Unicorn or an access code. Both are pretty easy to get to. But I think double is old makes me personally feel a lot better. So I'm playing that. So the extra deck is super duper tight. This is literally the only card you're not making in the combo. So yeah. But yeah, without further ado, I will show the combo.
And it's literally 2 warriors, right? As a full combo?
Yeah, 2 warriors or just connector. I'll just show you just connector.
All right.
But this works just as well with 2 warriors. Just sub that in. So connector. Summons your Aqua Dolphin. Here you have the option to use Aqua Dolphin's effect. I strongly recommend doing that, but you don't need to do it for the sake of the combo. You're going to use these 2 cards and make an Isolde. Isolde typically is going to search for your copy of Gearfried. I should have really kept this out, huh? So Gearfried's now in your hand. You can't use it for the turn. It's for your follow-up next turn. You might not even need it. Who knows? And then Isolde's effect is going to send usually 2 cards. These are the 2 you'd prefer to send. You can also send Living Fossil
if you have
one of those. Yeah. You want to avoid sending a DDR or a...
Because you need the 3.
Yeah, you want to see 3 DDRs when you reveal for Power Tool, and you also want to avoid sending this. If you see them, it's not the end of the world, but these are the optimal 2.
Yeah.
So those 2, you're going to summon out Gemba. That's your kind of main warrior tuner for this. Because it's level 2, essentially. So that's your board. Then you're going to use these 2 things and make Hulk. Hulk's effect triggers, and you summon out a Deskbot from your deck. This is going to look...
001.
Yeah, this is going to look real standard until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah. You're going to use these 2. You can make a Auroradon. Auroradon triggers... Oh, hold on. Very important. You need to see what these tokens are doing because the token placement is super crucial. So let me get my slow bros out. So Auroradon summons 3 tokens on summon, which is going to trigger your Despot 001, which, by the way, is not once per turn. So you're going to summon this back. It doesn't really matter where it goes. The zones matter some, but like not as much as you think. So you use Despot. These are level 3 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, 0 attack, 0 defense. That will come up. The fact that they're Mecha Phantom Beast is real important. You are going to make your first Power Tool. Power Tool's effect is going to trigger. You're going to show them 3 of the same cards, so you guarantee the card that you're getting.
DDR?
If you find that you only have 2 of that card left, show 2 and then 1 copy of the Durandal, because that's the next card you're going to search. And then you can just reveal 2, and you have 2 out of 3 chances to get it.
Yeah.
So a DDR is now in your hand. The rest go back to your deck.
Is there ever a case for like Living Fossil to be the other one?
Yeah, if you don't have another copy, Living Fossil also gets you the combo. It's just not as clean, and you want to get these in circulation. So now you're going to use Auroradon's effect to tribute 2 monsters and summon a Cult Wing. But this is where it gets weird. You're actually going to tribute the Auroradon and this. And you're going to summon the Mecha Phantom Beast Cult Wing out of your deck. Now, Cult Wing's effect is also not once per turn, and it's also mandatory.
Summon 2 tokens?
You have to summon 2 tokens. These are also Mecha Phantom Beast tokens.
Hell yeah.
Alright, you summon back your Deskbot, since again it's not once per turn. You're going to use these 2 things and the level 1 to make a level 7.
Oh, now I see. I see the line.
Yep. Here's your second Power Tool Dragon. Now, Power Tool Dragon, this is the second one you're making, is going to show 3 Durandals if you have them. So if you do, you get a Durandal in a perfect situation. Usually, you're getting these 2 cards one way or another. You have good odds to hit them. So Cult Wing's other effect to keep in mind is he gains level equal to the level of the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens you have. So instead of being level 4 right here, it's actually level 7. Because that's level 3. You overlay these 2. This is where it starts to get a little weird.
Shout out Dragon Rulers.
Dragon Ruler, right? Yeah. So you make a Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. You detach material, make 2 tokens. So 2 more tokens.
Bring Despot back again.
Despot comes back again. Our counters for how many times we're going to summon this card and these cards is a lot. So at this point, you're going to do something very weird. You're going to use these one token and the Despot to make a level 4 Synchro. You're going to summon Balmong. This card's effect is if it's destroyed by card effect, you can special summon back a level 4 monster from a level 4 or lower from your graveyard.
Oh, geez, are you popping it?
You are popping it.
Oh, my God.
You tribute a token, and you pop the Balmong. Balmong is going to do the thing and summon back the Coltwing again.
Yeah.
Coltwing triggers again. There is a method to this. Just it seems like we're trading water or not.
If I max seed, you deck me out.
Yes, I think you actually could if you wanted to. So now you're just going to summon Despot 001 again. This is currently level 1,000,000. Don't worry about it. You're going to go for another level 7 Synchro here.
Does level cap in Yu-Gi-Oh? Or is this just 13?
It goes on forever. Yeah.
Crazy.
With this card, now a lot of cards that modulate will say a max. This one doesn't. So yeah, weird. Shooting Riser Dragon is what you make here. It's a tuner. It's also a Synchro. What it does is it sends a card from your main deck to graveyard, and it loses level equal to that monster's level.
Yeah.
That monster's effect can't be used for the rest of that turn. So what you're doing here is actually sending a level 5. This is why you want to have one of these in deck.
Yeah.
If you don't, this is a weird thing. Just plan to have one in deck. Super Quantum Red Layer, this becomes level 2. You're going to sync that off with your level 3 token to make a level 5. You'll notice the board is getting smaller and less significant here. This is going to trigger on summon. What he does is at the end phase, you send an equip spell from deck to graveyard, then add a warrior from deck to hand.
Yeah.
And while he's in grave, he's a quick effect to equip back onto a fire warrior.
Which usually helps with pop with Charles.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes your Charles into like a trident, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's also a Synchro tuner. So you have a 5 and a 4. You're going to make the big boy. You make Charles here, and you look at this board and think, wow, this board sucks, it doesn't do anything. You're right. So what you do at this point is you're going to do a very cheeky thing. You're going to banish the Balmong, and any warrior, it doesn't really matter. I like to banish Gemba here in case it comes up. You can, it might matter that card's banished, so you can bring it back, but these are usually the two I banish. 4 Phoenix Blades, sorry. So Phoenix Blade's now back in your hand. Now you're going to use the DDR, discarding for cost, you discard that Phoenix Blade to get it back in the grave. And you're going to bring back that Balmong. And the way this works is now Balmong becomes equipped with an equip spell, which triggers your Charles.
Oh, to pop it?
So we're going to pop this card again, and he's going to trigger again.
Yeah, we're going to summon 4 more monsters.
Back in it, yeah.
Thank God that you get locked out of Lynx doing this.
Yeah, if not, I'm pretty sure that's the game, if not for that.
You could put up infinite of everything.
Yeah, it'd be disgusting. I mean, it's already pretty disgusting, truth be told. But now's when things are going to get super interesting. This is where the combo deviates from what has kind of been known. People know this combo, but this is where it gets new. So you're going to use these two.
For Cupid?
You're going to make Cupid, yeah. And you're going to actually modulate his level down to level 3.
Yeah.
This is important because this is currently level 7. So you're going to use these two.
Wait,
7.
What do you send? Oh, wait, no. I see. I thought you sent for it. For some reason, it's lowered by what you use as a tuner for it, right?
No, you can just choose up or down one.
Oh, it's just,
Yeah,
all right.
or you can just keep it where it is. But yeah, you're going to make this level 3, and this is now a level 7 because you have a token. So 3 and 7 is a 10. That's a very important number, right?
Yeah.
Like a Baron.
Just happens to be the best synchro level now.
Right, and now Cupid Pitch is going to trigger Engrave, getting you your Creation Resonator. This is where it gets very weird, like I was saying. And then this is where the Durandal comes in. This is why you search the Durandal. You activate the Durandal, it doesn't matter what you equip it to, you're going to use it right away. You're going to use the Durandal, and you're going to search a copy of Renaud if you haven't already used it. This goes away. You're going to special summon that Renaud, and Renaud is going to use its effect to add back that DDR you searched earlier. Right?
We take those.
We take those, absolutely. Now, you're going to use the effect of Phoenix Blade again. You're going to add back to your hand. I'm going to banish these 2 cards. You always have them engraved, and they're both good to be banished. This is what kind of makes this a weird combo, I suppose. Oh, actually, sorry. This is the change. It used to be that. You're actually going to banish that red layer. You can summon the red layer, but its effect can't be used because of the shooting rise.
Yeah.
So what you do here is you're actually going to use the Renaud and the level 3 tuner. Or sorry, the Renaud's level 1 tuner because of its own effect. And the level 3 token, for Herald of the Arclight.
Another negate.
Good negates. Yeah, good negates are good. Then here, you're going to use the DDR, discard the Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Now, this only banishes monsters that are discarded. Important to know.
And it's only from hand and main deck, right?
Yes. Yeah, so this is fine. You can still discard your Phoenix Blade. If you're real cheeky, you could banish the card and add that card right back from the DDR, but that's Gamma combos. Where you're going to add back here is actually the red layer. And then, since you control level 8 or higher Synchro, you can special summon this card. So, that's a level 3 and a level 5, and by God, that's a tuner. So these go away. You summon the Warlord Savage Dragon.
And then equip the Link 3.
You have the Auroradon Engrave, yeah. So this is now 4,050 attack, has 3 negates. This is a negate and the banish. This is an omni negate and a pop. This is a pop at quick speed. And then this card during your turn is another pop or another token creator. Now this is not it. That's not even the end of the combo.
Oh, geez.
Technically, because at the end phase you're going to resolve the effect of Roland. And that's going to send a card. It doesn't matter what at this point. Go ahead and send your Living Fossil, it's fine. And you're going to add a card. So usually what I add here is another copy of Renaud for next turn. So that you can just like infinitely keep going. And you can add back cards, add back the DDR, do whatever you want. And then Charles' effect is going to activate, and you're going to go into your grave and pull out one that you sent way early. You're going to equip it with Metal Silver Armor from your graveyard, and then he also equips a Fire Warrior from deck. So you're going to equip it with Oliver. So this is what your 1-card ends on. This is a 1-card combo, remember, just connector. They can't target anything anywhere. This is also a quick effect pop because you still have your Roland Engrave to add back to pop something. This card's a pop during your turn, and an Omni Negate once. This card's good. Omni Negate, banish. You can see the board. And then next turn you have an automatic follow-up with these cards because you can always banish stuff with DDR. Banish stuff with Phoenix Blade to get stuff banished, and then whenever
summon
you
that, add DDR,
it just feeds itself. Yeah. And this card can summon itself for free. You have ample equip spells to banish for it. So this is the board. If they ever crack it and they don't kill you, like if they have a Dark Ruler, you're killing them on the crack back. But yeah, that's the combo. So sorry that took forever, but
only 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. So that's the main combo. There are other combos you can do, but that's the juiciest one off of 1 card. Now, I said I was going to talk about Small World a little bit. You can see how potent just the 1 card is off of the Small World. The concept here is that you can bait some interruptions with your non-normal summon contributions to the board, and then once you've kind of like had them answer some stuff, you go Small World to Neospace Connector and just kill them. Because it's just that easy. Now, Small World also comes up a lot during side decking. You can see I'm already playing Nibiru and stuff like that for my crossouts.
Yeah. I'm
bringing those in too. You can also get to Droll and Lockbird very easily in your side decking if you play good Darla. You can get to it by banishing Gamma Seal because you have a lot of water warriors. So banish a warrior, banish your Aqua Dolphin, search a Gamma Seal if you're going second.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah, or if you play, I recommend playing a differentiated a lot of kaijus personally.
For that reason?
Yeah, you can like banish your Water Warrior, banish Gamma Seal, search Godarla to crack a wind board. I also highly recommend playing Token Collector at your side because Token Collector obviously murders this deck. One of the biggest flaws to that. Yeah, and Sword Soul. So people are probably playing it somewhere in your local, but you can do the same thing where you basically cross-out designated their copy of their Token Collector. Now you also have access to a cool cheeky combo that Sword Soul used to do. If you kind of go off the script and do some different stuff and get kind of in a scrappy game.
Do you send it with Riser?
You can
That's
send
what
it
I
with
was
Riser.
thinking. There's got to be a line where you can adapt, send it with Riser, and still end on a bunch of negates.
Yeah, because sending a level 4 off this Token Collector makes a level 3, and a level 3 and a level 4 makes a Power Tool Dragon.
Oh, sweet. So it would deviate from the line a tiny bit, but you get another floodgate against the decks that it's good against.
Exactly. So there's a combo where that's kind of what you end on with that, and like another Omni Negate and like Charles. This deck super benefits those that tinker with it and that spend a lot of time just like on EDO Pro or whatever, just like milking combos out. I think this deck is super cool. It's a little big brain, but like you'll find sort of the rhythm for it. The main combos are pretty the same once you sort of understand the concept of how it all works. But I think that the concept of Small World in this deck and like the Mermail deck are super interesting because they're so potent on 1 or 2 cards, and it allows you to do a lot of crazy stuff in side decking that like no one really sees coming. So like playing 1 copy of like Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill is like the right hand trap that's wind, and it gets you into so much stuff. It just you can literally search every single monster in this deck. Like I can't explain that enough. No matter if you get stopped, you can keep playing. So that's the whole concept. But yeah, that's the deck. I talked a lot. Sorry about that.
I appreciate the deck profile.
Yeah.
And, is there anything left you want to say, or are we good?
I think that's pretty much it. Make sure to hit up Zaid's conversation about Small World and his Mermail deck profile because we have a lot in common with how we're kind of conceiving these decks. So that's my advice.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.